everyone, this is Barbara DeLong. I've been told by a lot of my friends that the cosmic forecasts that I do every month on my website, barbaradelong.com, shameless plug, are not being seen by as many people as should be. So I thought I would try a different venue and put the information out there. If it's of interest to other people, then that's wonderful. And keep watching because each month I'm going to make an effort to get it out there before the middle of the month. This is the March forecast, and I used my cosmic deck of initiation to get this information and get it out there. This month marks the beginning of the need for new habits and routines for all within their lives. There's a need of adjustment to all aspects of reality as awareness begins to dawn that the times need adjustment and shifting to accommodate changes in the lifestyle and preparation for the future. Many have already begun this process and shifted their priorities. However, more alternations are going to be needed, and the sooner you begin, the easier the process. Though the times may be a bit stressful, this will continue for many years to come, and the sooner adjustment is made, the easier life will become. This means to put a greater flexibility into your life, to understand that you can't lock things down, that there has to always be a great deal of easement, of potential for going in other directions. And the more flexible you become, the easier everything is going to be. March is paving the way for tension among the populace, which in future months may lead to upheaval in unexpected areas. So watch for truth to be revealed in unusual and unexpected arenas, which will cause trust to be lost and change demanded in new areas. The country is going through growing pains, and often the demands of justice coming from the general population will destabilize those areas we have looked to for justice and stability. Aside from that, what is common knowledge at this time, there are also other areas that will be revealed that are unexpected, that will call for revision or actual elimination. What now is our great focus? New areas will call for attention and shift focus by the end of the month. The pinnacle of justice will be the focus for the concern and clarity, and the need for house cleaning will be called for in that area. Also brought into the light will be the branches of the government and how they are not creating a balance of power, but rather a battle for power and not representing those they are supposed to represent. In times like this, when we fight amongst ourselves, when we weaken our centrality, we become an easy target for other aspects of life to come in and not only take us over, but impose power upon us. We have to remember that fighting amongst ourselves weakens us in all aspects and all areas of life and makes us an easy target for those who are looking to expand their power, which will lose ours. Though much of this seems dark, and I know it does, it's important to remember that change is always a bit unsettling on many different levels. And if laughter can be found, the stress levels will lessen. The changes will still be there, but won't be as drastic. No matter how difficult situations may seem, the element of laughter can always ease the way and lighten the mood. Try to always find that light in the darkness, and the pathway will be easier, and the journey more awakening after all. What is happening is that there is a new awareness available to all of us, and when that breaks through the lies and the misfortune, it enables us to balance the scales once more and find the new directions that are open to all of us. Finding balance within our lives is very important in this month and the months to come. Focusing on only one area of life will cause an imbalance that'll slow progress in all the other areas. Though there may well be a central focus, it's also important to have other areas that will bring you into balance. Singular focus eliminates those other areas that could only cast light. but also enhance your focus. Many will be tempted only to focus in one area, and in many ways will starve other areas that are needed for clarity of insight, diversity. Spread yourself evenly, and you will find a greater richness in all areas of life, and the speed of accomplishment will be greatly enhanced as well. March is also a month when spiritual elements are reminding us of the need to enhance our practices. Whether your choice is prayer or meditation or any other expression of your spiritual nature, there's a need of this focus as well on a more regular practice. Sometimes the day-to-day events require more and more of our focus, and we forget to touch in with spirit. These are times when the spiritual elements can be very, very useful, especially when it comes to important decisions that all will be called upon to make, especially as the year progresses. Keep those channels open, for they will help to explain some of the situations that will be manifesting as the year comes to a close. Don't become a fanatic, which is very easy for all of us, but in this process, but just establish a practice that will make spirit more available to you in times of confusion and need. The month of March is definitely a turning point in the changes that are flowing our way. Pay attention to the new directions that are opening to all of us. Observe and wait for this. This is not only a time of action, but also one of observation and taking notes. How we utilize time, energy, and financial issues will create a pattern that will be with you for many years to come. So make sure you don't fence yourself in, but rather leave room for growth and expansion and also the unusual. Seeing new options and ways of applying your energies will lead to greater compensation in many different levels of your reality. And when the shifts of energy and focus go through the kinds of change that they're now beginning to go through, it opens doors for new beginnings and stretches our potential for the expression of creative energies to manifest and greatly enhance your reality. Watch the weather this month, for some very unusual shifts are beginning to manifest as some of the past patterns are being erased. Some of the flows of energy we have counted on for years are shifting and moving into new patterns that will greatly change growing and harvesting in the years to come. The earth crusts are shifting, moving at a greater pace than ever before, and hot and cold areas will reveal the shifts more apparently than others. The Gulf Stream is going through shifts as well, and that can be interesting for all who are influenced by it. Watch also the poles, for there is a greater shift there than has been accepted. So weather may well come to the fore as the year progresses. I really think it's important for you to also understand that the 37th parallel comes into play here a lot. So pay attention to things that are happening along the 37th parallel. Whether it's UFOs, whether it's volcanoes, whether it's earthquakes, it's going to be a place and a time to pay attention to as all of these shifts begin to bring consciousness towards new elements within life, which is very exciting. A little scary at times, but also very exciting. I think it's also important for you to pay attention to what's happening with volcanoes and the fires that are raging all over the country. The earth is definitely shifting and changing, and it becomes more and more apparent as time goes by. When I was doing these forecasts, something came through that was a little unusual, and I always have to pay attention to these things because they make more sense quite often than I do myself. Just not a fun thing to admit to. But I did get a short paragraph from Spirit that was from a different level of energy, a different frequency, if you want to call it that. And it called itself Chaos. And that's not the name of a spirit that gave it to me. Spirit brought it through me, but Spirit didn't give me its name. But the title of this piece is Chaos. There is a storm coming, and it holds within it chaos and confusion. The clouds have been gathering for eons, and it is soon to break upon all of humanity. We have seen storms such as this before, but not in mankind's memory. There will be those who will play it down and tell you everything is under control, but they lie. This is a time when much will crumble and fall to dust. Those who are in power will vanish in the maelstrom, never to be seen again, leaving great numbers to rebuild and restructure. Using history as a template, hopefully, this time to avoid the areas where power was given rather than earned. Putting in guidelines and checks to prevent power mongers from getting control over the masses who are not paying attention. Power will be shared among the many, and none will keep secrets. This goes for all areas of the globe. All will have to struggle out of the dust, for this is a world storm, not one just focused upon a singular area. The earth herself will rise in anger and shake off those who have missed and abused her. Earthquakes will ripple the surface for great lengths of time, while volcanoes long dormant will spew lava in all directions. Wind, rain, snow, and ice will touch areas that will blanket the earth, out of season, out of reason, and yet the species will survive. There are no armies equipped to fight weather. Weapons have no effect against the weather, and the weather cannot be controlled by mankind, though often he tries. The dust will eventually settle. Humanity will survive, but with a new and different focus upon the future. When the sun does break through the clouds, there will be no borders, no countries, just humanity, all one, and all will work together for the benefit of all. It will take chaos to unite, but unite it will. That's it for March. Look for April to be a little more on time. And I hope that if you have any other questions, you can also check out my website, barbaradelong.com, and I'll answer any questions you might have. Check out also the website for the Cosmic Deck of Initiation, which is cosmicdeckofinitiation.com. Till next time, goodbye.